Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick video to show you this kind of workflow that I have for subdividing my model into ZBrush. So basically I'm not really using the the traditional dividing workflow where you just have basically to it's Control D in ZBrush or click on divide here if you want to subdivide your mesh. Something that I'm doing instead is to use my cage subdivision action scripts directly recorded into ZBrush with zRepeatIt, and it's basically more keeping some of the shape and keeping the details from your base mesh and from your original topology. And also something that it's doing is preventing your model from shrinking. So here, if we just compare the model A from the model B, so the model A, the model that we can see the topology on top here, is the model that I've been doing the retopology from, and I've been using the retopology from this base mesh. And the model B is basically just a subdivision of the first one with the standard ZBrush subdivision. And one of the issues you can see here is definitely that this model has been shrinked and has reduced in size. And also, so again, if we have a look at the just the specular of the two models, we can see that definitely were more details kept from the base mesh, from the original topology here. On the one on the right, you can see that on the nose, and you can see that on the eyes, a little bit on the ears as well. So this workflow has been available in ZBrush since ages, and I don't want to take credit for it because I just saw this LinkedIn video showing this kind of tutorial. I cannot remember the name of the guy or cannot find it again. So just wanted to do another video to show you this workflow because I think it could be really useful for you to use also in production as well. So the workflow is pretty easy, and for that I'll be using my universal topology for animals. I will just use it with another mesh. Maybe we'll just use the lion for that instead of using the English bulldog. I think the lion could be a good example for showing this workflow, something that I'll be doing on this guy. Let's just bake all the layers. I'll be just using the level 1 because I don't need to use another one to show you what is happening here. And let's delete the other subdivision. So I'm just duplicating this model. Whoops. Let's go here in subtools. Okay, actually we just like dock this tool palette here on the right. Just duplicating this model once so I can have another one to show you. This one will be with the standard subdivision. Okay, so this one will be with the standard subdiv version, and this one will be the actual one on which I will use my kind of cage subdivision, or in this case morph target, because we'll be using the morph target to do that. So cage subdiv version. Okay, then something that I want to do here. So on the one on the left, we'll just go in geometry, divide it a couple of times, so 5 times in this case, to see what it's doing. So this is with the standard, with the traditional subdivision. And this one, I will use my zRepeatIt script and divide it the same amount of time. And you can see that the smoothing is not the same. So we are maintaining most of the shape, more of the shape actually, on the one on the right with the cage subdivision than we are doing on the one on the left. So also it's preventing the model from shrinking. If we just have a look at the silhouette, we can see that we lost a lot of the silhouette on this one compared to the one that I've been doing the cage subdivision on top of it. So yeah, again, how do we do that? It's a workflow that is available in ZBrush since ages. So the only thing that changed since then is that basically now we can use a recorder in ZBrush. We can use zRepeatIt as a recorder to do this workflow. So let's hide this. Okay, I will just duplicate that one. That one will be my morph target or workflow demo version. So how do we want to do that? You want to do a store morph target before you're subdividing your model. So if I'm going into morph here, morph target, I will just store a morph target. Then I will go in geometry, divide my model, or you can just hit Ctrl D, it's the same. Okay, so we have one new level of subdivision. Now something that we want to do is to go back on the level 1, go again in morph target and switch to the former version of our model. Then we'll go in geometry on the level 2 and delete the former morph target. So if we do that again from this level, so let's say that I want to subdivide this model, so I will store a new morph target, go in geometry, divide, go back in level 2, morph target, switch, delete, geometry, let's go on to level 3. Now I want to divide it one more time, so I have to do it every time I want to subdivide my model. So morph target, I just have to store it, okay, Ctrl D to add one other level, Shift D to go on a lower level subdivision, I will switch, delete, go on the latest level of subdivision and store again my morph target, and so on and so on. So it's something that you want to do every time, and again, instead of using this standard, the traditional way of dividing the model, and because we don't want to do it by hand every time, it's something that is taking ages, so we want to manually script it at the beginning, so just store the kind of action we are doing for every level, and then we'll store that in a script, so we don't have to do it every time. So let's delete all of the subdivision here. I'm just showing you this workflow, so morph target, delete this, okay, so we are starting from fresh again. So this model has this topology, and I want to store it. So I will go in the plugin, duck that on the side. I think that I want to use the Z repeated. Okay, so Z repeated. And here I will hit record new because I want to record my new script. So before I'm adding another level of subdivision, so from now, because I just hit the record new, everything that I'm doing in ZBrush has been recorded, is being recorded. So I want to record the fact that I will store a morph target. Then I will go in geometry, divide it. Okay. Hit Shift D to go on the lower level of subdivision. I will go back in morph target, switch, and delete my morph target. Then I will go in geometry and click on this button, or I can click on the short key D to go on a higher subdivision. And from now I can end the record and rename my script. So this one will be my cage or morph target subdiv, or whatever you want to name it, cage subdiv 001, and click enter. So now that I have my cage subdivision action script that is ready, I can replay it every time. So I just have to click on selected, and then it will subdivide my model and apply this morph target workflow on top of it. Just click again and click again every time I want to subdivide my model, and with that I will be able to have this kind of clear and clean cage subdivision workflow. So guys, this is it for this tutorial. I hope that you find this technique to be really useful, and I really encourage you or push you to use this technique for subdividing your model once you get a proper retopology and once you get some UVs, so you will not break your base mesh and your retopology workflow.